there we go. Cool. All right, sweet. My goodness gracious. I just sent a few messages to the group chat about our little day trip from Mara. Because I saw a few updates from a few other people about that. So I want to at least make sure that was all figured out, worked out. There we go. Boom. Swung by after doing a nice little group chat with an Instagram little live with Venom and his girlfriend Jay, which also my Instagram's the same name as over here, but we've been doing those like sometimes for like about an hour usually, give or take, every now and then, kind of making a more regular thing over there. I want to see if maybe about trying to download them and then maybe uploading them over here because they're like fun little conversations a lot of time. So think about maybe doing that at some point. I've been wanting to do that anyway, with those streams. So I'll see about, just trying to build an archive up and just kind of upload those eventually. What's up, dog? What's up, up? What? Silly little thing. What's up, you little mutt? Goofy little dog. I wonder where I want to put this pen. There we go. You want this? There you go. If you want food, you got food. Wow. Sure everything's all loaded up. Yes, cool. I always have to like press down some of these push pins just to make sure they're all secured. Sometimes they like to kind of fly away occasionally. But where should I put this pen? Where should I put this one? You know what? I already found a spot. It's a little lower on the jacket, but I think it'll work. Just put it right down now. Oh, almost got in there. Get in there, bitch. What the fuck? Come on. There we go. There we go. I poke through. There we go. Swoop. Perfect. That reminds me, I know I got my other pin I need to put back on here. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. I figure out where to put this fucking thing. I could put it next to it, but shit. I could start making this go all the way down, or like maybe put it like really high up. Where could I put this? Maybe not there. I could move that one and put it right there, and then move this one somewhere else. Yeah, because I could move that somewhere, maybe. Yeah, I could move that over here. I'm starting to get in pin mode, and like I'm starting to want to maybe like adjust some of these pins because I'm kind of lost a spot to place that one. I just know this much. I need to eventually like put at least a couple patches on it. But if I do, I'm gonna put them on the back, and I also kind of want to put like some studs on it too, like maybe at least on the maybe like a little row right here and then another row right here, maybe on the back too a little bit. And I'm starting to really get tempted to maybe just say cut the sleeves into short sleeves, maybe not like a full on like all the way, but at least maybe a little bit, and then just put like maybe a couple patches on the sleeves themselves. Because I'm starting to contemplate that, because like I'm starting to slowly. I've knocked myself down and fucked around with this fucking jacket so many times. There's starting to slowly eventually be a hole here. So eventually, I'm gonna have like little elbow. Like there's gonna be a full like hole here eventually. I'm just gonna say fucking like, because half the time I'm already having them at least like up here anyway. So I might as well just say fuck it. And frankly, I'm kind of surprised I haven't really lost any pins lately. I think I've finally gotten them to the point where I don't lose them. If I do, I usually like lose them at the bars. Usually, mostly the push pins. And those probably just get swept up and thrown away or something. Sadly, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Well, it's kind of the thing about punk shows, like especially if you have pins, like even if it's like a few of them, like you're. And the more you get, the more likely it's like the gods of the pins are just gonna take, but they also give it. Like I know for a fact, like a lot of these pins, including this one, I found on the ground. This one I found on the ground back at Fest. This Pro Palestinian pin. What's another pin that I found? I know there's at least another one on here. Oh no, wait, it's actually on my head. I found a Triple Lutz pin from last night too that was on the ground. I think it might have like fallen, from when they were grabbing their merch stuff and they left a bunch of random things scattered around. I was like, kind of looked and I was like, well, this is on the ground. Whatever. I mean, that kind of happens anyway sometimes when it comes to shows. Like, like sometimes, random shit just is scattered about and stuff, and, people just don't realize they forget some stuff. But that's kind of what happens at shows, Like, there'll be plenty of times where, like, a lot of my pins will fall and just be, gone to the floor of the show and stuff. And what are you gonna do? That's why it's a give and take sometimes. Honestly, there's been pins where I know I've collected before because I used to have a defund the police pin, but I lost that at a show. But I also found that at a show. So it was one of those give and take things. It's like sometimes you lose them, but sometimes you gain them. So I like pins. I like collecting them, even though sometimes there's never a guarantee of keeping them. Because someone else might pick them up, even if they lose some pins. I'm also kind of happy too because I got at least Venom's girlfriend into the Latter Day Skanks because I showed her the music video of "Piss on My Face" by by all of them, and she was, she was liked it, but was shocked by some of the raunchy edginess when I mentioned that to her, and she was like, "Whoa, okay, that's all full done." I've just been letting it chill here. I'm gonna give it a shot, tonight because I'm thinking about at least bringing this, when I go to the beach, mostly at least to, use this for taking pictures at the very minimal, and then maybe fucking around switching the SD card and shit. But I mean, I'd say after I did the whole thing, with the alcohol stuff, I've just let it sit there since. So I've just been procrastinating about actually testing it out and charging it and stuff. So, I mean, I'll find out for tonight, because I'm gonna be, making sure I get, some of my shit in order for our little day trip tomorrow. Grab a couple snacks for myself, go to Sevy's later and stuff. And then once I'm all settled in, once I'm all tired, like, sound like that, then I can call in and be like, yeah, I kind of have food poisoning or something. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to need to sleep it off for tonight. Blah, blah, blah. Because, I did that for Saturday, and because it's a night crew, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. Gone too long without a video to react to. I know, man. And with this phone, look, I've actually done like some tests where I will set shit privately, so no one will see it, just to try to fuck around with it, and it's bunk, and a lot of it's just the operating system of this fucking phone, man. I guess I could say this. I did kind of like tune into a little news tonight, so I do got a little bite, when it comes to some bones to gnaw on, you know what I mean? I was kind of saving it for here because I didn't want to get hyper political with Venom and Schaefer on the Insta shit. I was wanting to kind of goof around with them, so. But I did tune in some news today because I did see some top news on YouTube and just on some news shit, and I was like, oh, Lebanon and fucking Israel and Hezbollah are all fucking like bomb the shit out of each other. You can summon that power again. We believe in you. Wait, did it actually? Like, cause what was it? Because I honestly, legit, dead ass tried to like get some shit figured out with this, and it just never really worked out well. Because the only time I could ever get the screen to be active was when I was just basically in this format, like split screen. It just would fuck with it, and also like weirdly enough, like make it so it looked like I was in some dark dungeon. Like, even though I have this light on me. When you first got the new phone, stream after. Maybe I could try to fuck around with it a little bit. It would be jank as shit, to be honest. And it would have to be, worked around with, but I could probably figure something up. You kept fucking with it and it brought the screen up for a second. Well, I don't want to really fuck with it right now. Honestly, it's just way easier because honestly, I found out that LG don't make phones no more. So, because I asked about that, because I've always liked these LG phones, because they've always been really reliable, and frankly, sometimes they could beat me, but this one got a little too waterlogged a little bit, and all that shit, and it's like, well, unfortunately, they don't make phones no more, and I was like, well, shit, okay, well, what's the best thing? And it's like, and I don't even blame the dude. It's like I should have maybe switched. So it's like, yeah, I like to stream sometimes, and like I should try. It was kind of impossible to explain when your phone's fucked. You know what I mean? So it's like, at least at that time, it wouldn't even turn on. As soon as I went home and all that shit, that's when it started charging. Like when I was on here, proving the point, like, yeah, this thing's fucked to baloney, and I was putting the charger in it. That's when it was like, wait a minute, oh shit, mode. But like at that time, nope. So it was just like, if I could have at least shown like, hey, because I do these type of things, and I want to at least make sure that those type of like, features, are in the operating system of the phone, because what brand's new phone? Well, it's a Motorola. Let me see here. I'll do this real quick. Well, it doesn't even say on the back. God damn it. It's like a Motorola something. Look, it's frankly, like, if you're just using it for, like, just casual use, it's fine. Even doing shit like this, it's fine. It's just that it's a little jank, sometimes with certain things that I kind of like to do occasionally. Like, honestly, one thing I noticed that the phone likes to just do randomly is, like, if I, watching a video, like, it'll, sometimes it'll, like, go to the, my homepage on the phone, and just have it, like, in a little bubble in the corner for some reason. Like, it'll just immediately do that. Like, it'll just kind of do schizo shit, It's like, it's a little weird. But, I don't know. It's okay, but it's more, it's better for, having just, like, direct contact kind of shit and basic social media use, but for streaming-wise, might just kind of use this at least, for that, but I'll go to test, and kind of give it a distress test, I guess, and see how it works. Because honestly, if it ends up being fine, then, hey, then we could do that. And at least, I don't think I'll remember to switch out my SD card every fucking time, but, shit. I mean, at least, for streaming wise, I'll be fine. I'm also kind of half tempted to maybe think, well, if I can have, at least, the same, level of service that I have with this phone, I want to maybe ask to see if, if it's even possible to have, one phone number be on 2 SD cards. If that's possible. Because, I kind because now I can go in there and explain, my little thing and be like, is there at least maybe a data plan that's cheap that I can at least do that and be fine, like I would if I had my plan? Is there something that I can work around with or something? Maybe, figure something out with that. Because, I mean, Metro is actually pretty open, about doing things like that. Well, at least they used to, but they're kind of limited now what they could do. And even the guys, or the gals that are, work at them, they mentioned, it's it's not like we don't want to, shit, doing monthly payment plans, for example, paying off a phone or whatever. It's you can't do that because the subsidiary company or whatever that would handle that shit or whatever. I don't even know, something like that, because some other company handles the transactional factors or whatever the fuck about it. I forgot some of the rigmarole you were saying, but it's because they shut down our thing anymore, they don't do that. And I'm just I don't understand how that makes sense. And he was I honestly don't either. I don't understand why Metro just can't do that, or even T-Mobile subsidize it or whatever, but nope. It's just so fucking weird. Corporations are fucking weird, man. With the weird rigmarole, even with some even corporations within corporations get fucking bamboozled by other corporations. It's such a weird parasitical amorphous blob that sometimes will even eat itself. It's dude, oh my god, I hate capitalism, bro. Holy shit. I like how I just immediately started going into that now, because fucking hell, I mean, I ain't wrong, because Jesus, when you realize how many companies go into just such a basic fucking thing doing a monthly plan to pay off a phone, it's not I didn't need to. I had the money for it, but I just I didn't really immediately realize that I did, because I couldn't get into my bank account because my phone was fucked. You know what I mean? It's I couldn't ensure that I had the finances 100%, but it went through, it all proved, and, hey, it worked. And honestly, I bet I would have gotten a better deal getting one of the 5G phones, but it was about $90 more, and I definitely didn't have the money for that. And I even told him, well, because I can't access my bank account to know how much money I actually got, so I can maybe get one of these other phones. Obviously, because I told him the story already. It's understandable, yeah. Because I told him, well, maybe I'll get a backup and maybe grab one of these at some point. It's oh yeah, for sure. It's which I think implied, he never really explored it, but I think he implied that it's hey, I mean, either you can switch your SD card over to that, as a backup, or there is maybe a way to have 2 SD cards, maybe, on the same phone number. So maybe I can have this one. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing, but it'd be interesting if it is. Because if so, I think that would make my life so much easier. I mean, dead ass. Because then I could just have, whenever this is off, I can have this one on, and whenever this is off, I can have that one on. I mean, I feel like that'd be the only caveat, because then one, would have to prioritize over the other. I would assume. I don't know. You would think, but I don't know. That's why I kind of go up there and ask them about it at some point. Just at least out of curiosity, and maybe at least see if there is a way to have a cheap way to still do this, even if it's like $30 or whatever, however much more it is a month. Like, even if it is a little more, like, if there's at least a way to do it, then fuck it, whatever. I'll have like a little throwaway phone number where I guess it could be like a business number, I suppose. My business number, then my casual number. And then I can use that to, just, kind of tie it to, broadly, to this. So, ooh, I just thought of an idea. What if we could do call-ins of that? Because it's a throwaway number. Like, it wouldn't really be. Well, God damn it! I just realized. I mean, I should probably just use a throwaway like free call app thing for that, honestly, because I just realized, like, even though. Yeah, I just gotta realize that it would still be tied to my name and all that shit if someone really wanted to go all the way to be like, no, I'm gonna fucking like find you, Dr. Like, they could probably, so I just realized that. Probably not a good idea. I'll have to use like a free app thing or something. Unless I made a custom number, so it's not tied to an area code. Just make it like a custom 1-800 number. I'm gonna be asking some weird ass questions, to the dude, like, or whoever is gonna be working at Metro. Be like, got some questions that I have no idea if you can answer. Oh man, dude, they're gonna probably have to be looking up some random shit. Probably. I ain't gonna worry about that until like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. I'm more worried about getting some like fucking fire claim chatter and shit like that tomorrow. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna feel like a bougie rich bastard when I fucking go to Astoria after Saddle Mountain. Cause all my friends, got like stuff for some barbecuing, but I'm like, if we're going to like a brewery, I want a little bit of like, a little seafood with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna use y'all as an appetizer. I'm just having snacks, for while we're hiking, and beyond that, like if we're stopping on Astoria like we're all saying we are, then god damn it, we're stopping to fucking Astoria. And if we can find even the most basic bitch of beaches, then let's go to that, because I kind of got some plans in mind. I don't care if it's cold. I'm taking a dip in that fucking Pacific, bro. That ocean is calling my ass. I want to take a little bit of a dip. Oh my god, it'd be so nice. Oh god, that'd be so fucking nice, dude. That fucking ocean is calling me so hard right now. Venom earlier was just like, oh, I don't think I'll ever visit the beach. It's like, bitch, like, I'll even make it like a 2-week trip for your ass up here. I don't give a fuck. Like, we'll find even a day trip for you to go down to the coast, like out here at the beaches and shit. Like, depending on which beach you go to, from Portland, like, it takes maximum about 2 hours, depending on where you're going. Whether it's like Rockaway, Cannon Beach, Manzanita, Astoria, that's about like hour and a half. Lincoln City. Like, a lot of these places are about like hour and a half to 2 hours, maximum 2.5 hours, unless you're going down to Southern Oregon coast, like Gold Beach and shit. Like, unless you go in a place like that, like, it doesn't take long to go to the coast, and you can have an all-day fucking trip. If you leave it like early in the morning, like 10 or 11, you could be out in the coast all the way up until like 8 or 9, but you might have to drive into a fucking coastal mountain range at dark, which can be kind of spooky depending on which route you take. But I've done them so many times that I know they're safe and pretty chill. Not necessarily, advisable, but, they're fine. For the most part. Honestly, the worst thing that has ever happened, driving through the coastal mountain range is that a bat flew, like, right in between where because the window was down on the driver's side door. And it hit perfectly right there and then fell like in between the seat and the door And we didn't know about that because we thought it probably flew away or flew out and just like died on the road or whatever. But once we actually arrived to our destination, that's when we realized it was just like of a smashed face, like just dead, just right on, like, like right between the door and the fucking, seat. That was literally the worst thing that's ever happened driving, at night, from the coastal mountain range to the coast, at least from what I can remember. And like, oh no, a bat died and now it's in your car. Just take it, toss it. There you go. Which I feel bad for the bat. I mean, but, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's not like, there's bats everywhere. I even see bats flying around here. But I love them. I mean, bats are cool. There's only certain species of bats that are like bloodsuckers and shit, but, pretty much all bats, for the most part, outside of like a few species, they'll go after fruits, insects, and other shit. Like, they don't want nothing to do with you. And also, like a lot of them, especially fruit bats, they're so cute. Like, bats are honestly kind of cute. I mean, if you look at a little picture of a fruit bat just kind of chilling, doing this whole thing, they kind of got these cute little googly eyes and shit. They're kind of adorable. It's like, I mean, it's like, man, bats are kind of cute. You can't really fault a bat, for being stereotyped as like, the vampires of Dracula. Oh, it's like, nah, they're kind of cute little goobers. And Oregon, the Oregon Zoo has like a little exhibit, full of these little fruit bats and shit, and a few other species of bats, and they're just so damn cute. And a lot of them just sit there and chill. They'll even kind of like look at you and be like, "Oh shit, the humans! There's a lot of humans that arrived." And a lot of them would be chilling. Some of them would be walking around and stuff, and shit. A few of them will fly around, but they're so cool when you see them socialize and shit. Like, man, I haven't been in the Oregon Zoo a long time. Now I want to go to the Oregon Zoo. I want to see what it's like. Because the elephant exhibit, I think, has been completed not too long ago. So the elephants have a new exhibit. But if I remember correctly, I don't know if it's actually true or not. I know last time I was there years ago, it was still under construction. But I think they might have finally finished it. Like, so I want to see if maybe one of these days, before the summer completely wraps up, maybe just having a fun little day trip, just hanging out at the zoo or something. If not, maybe I'll just do it. I'll just be like, fuck it. See if I know Trimac goes up there. You know what? I'm going to ask my mama about that. Yo, be like, Mama, meet me at 10. I'm going to meet you at 10 in the morning. We're having a day trip at the Oregon Zoo. We're going to see what it's like, see what new shit's happened. We're just going to have like literally the entire day to just chill and vibe. One of these, all right, I might just do that. One of these, not this weekend, but the next weekend, I think I might do that. I might ask her about that. I want to see if she's down with that or not. That might be a little too much for her, especially with how much, she exerted out from the 15th and the 16th not too long ago, because she kind of needs a little bit of a long recovery mode. But I think she, all in all, should be able to easily handle something like that. Well, there is a few things that I guess that would be considered. At least, keep it in mind. Because I just realized there are a few things I kind of need to think about when it comes to that. Golden-crowned flying fox. What type of little critter is that? That sounds awesome. I love the song, but I want to skip it. It might be copyrighted shit. I don't want to get fucked on. It's majestic. I might have seen it before. if you send something on, if you send the shit on Discord, you know, I might be able to check it out. Because I know there's a way for me to kind of not fuck things up too hard. You know, click the links here. Which, by the way, the fuck capitalism tweet, you know, send that on Discord too. Because I can use that as an excuse to maybe at least check both at once really quick and then, you know, come back and bada bing, bada boom. If you're willing to deal with the circle, you know, for a minute or two. The link is literally a YouTube redirect. What the fuck? Oh no. What? Oh my god, I knew it. I knew that first link was gonna fuck shit up a little bit. I had to literally like go back to the YouTube page and then fucking be like, oh, do you want to resume this? I'm like, no shit, I do. Like, eh. But anyway, okay. Well, at least, you know, we're all Gucci game. But I'll say that, dude, the flying golden, what was it called again? The golden curled flying fox. That thing legit looks like a majestic, like, weirdly enough, like an anti-hero angelic being of awesomeness. I kind of love it. Looks beautiful. Weirdly enough, I want it as a pet. And I will want to cuddle it. Be like, you're a sweet boy. Crowned, actually. Golden crowned flying fox. Well, it looks beautiful, dude. See, I mean, see what I mean by bats, bro? That is like ascended beyond the bat, and it's just a flying fox. It's a fox, but it flies. Oh, okay, that works. The grenade has fallen. But oh, and also that to that second point, it's like, what was it again? It was like no one wants to work like, you know, the 9 to 5 no more. You know, or it's like, if you don't like your job, why don't you just quit it? And it's like, well, homelessness and starvation tends to be a very strong corrosion. And it's like, yeah, that tends to be the case a lot of times. Even for me, like, honestly, if I had even like, you know, 2000s in savings, one, I wouldn't like have I would make everything that I want to be doing, I'd be covered and then some. But also, I'd just say, fuck you, I quit, put my 2 weeks in now. And I would give it a little bit of time before I decide to even look for another job. But hey, don't got that, so I can't do that shit. Cause I'm just stuck there, and I just hope that they don't want to fuck with me, you know, when I go back there on fucking Thursday or whatever. Or maybe even Wednesday, because I decided to maybe grab some extra hours and help them out, you know, one day, because I want to be a nice guy or something, you know what I mean? Love all the fucking scrubs in the comments too. If don't like if it's one of the socialist countries, like see how Venezuela. Oh, you mean the country had a fuck ton of U.S. intervention? Oh, you mean yeah, kind of get you now. Wait, what? Hey, what's up, Logan? Coming to get you now. Wait, why get me now? Like I was gonna. I got like I don't have like everything ready. Like when I was mentioning about like getting, you know, my last little suck of shit, it's like grab my bag and a few other things. Like, I'll do this meal. We playing pool. We play. Oh my! Oh no! It's happening. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Fuck it then. I guess that's what's happening then. I suppose. Fuck me. Okay. That's. Also, you can check out the new car out. Oh yeah, that's right. You did got a new car. But I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't exactly expecting this, but okay, I guess fuck it. That's happening. I guess I get to play a little bit of pool too. I hope we go to the beach too, by the way, since I got you in your look, because like that Pacific's been calling me, dude. I want to take a little bit of a dip. I don't even care if it's cold. I'll take a dip. I want the salty Pacific seas in me. I need Pacifica in her essence, dude. Jesus. Legit was not expecting that to happen out of nowhere, but okay. I kind of wonder what Rose feeling. I was like, oh shit. Well, okay then. I came across a comment. I wanted to just ask you on a few words so if everyone wants to move else. Illegal immigration caused a housing shortage. That's not capitalism. That is honestly beyond retarded. A shortage in housing, when there's more housing than homeless people in this country, there's more houses available than homeless people in this country per capita. Now, even in the state of Oregon, that's the case. Even in Portland, that's the case. It's like, so that's just bullshit right off the bat. And that includes, with migrants, as well. That includes everybody. So it's like, that's just immediately bullshit right off the bat. That's just beyond retarded. Some people are just beyond saving, and you just gotta mock them and just say they're an embarrassment. That is retarded. That's just dog shit. Get a little duder in there. Man, that's just a bunch of dog shit. That's not how short is. There's a surplus of greedy fucks jacking up prices. Yep. And making it so it's impossible for people to afford housing and raking up prices when it comes to renting places that people can barely afford in the first place and making it harder to do that. And then you have like a lot of these grocery stores, including like Dollar Tree, Dollar General shit, that are now not even in their name, like that at all anymore, because a lot of them now are going to $1.50, $1.75, and probably going to end up being $2. Might as well be the $2 Tree or the $2 General. I mean, might as well put the 2 in the fucking name in, because they're pretty much getting there in the first place at this point now. They ain't no Dollar General no more, and they're just raping every motherfucker left and right over this shit. Safeway's doing it, Freddy's, like and there's a major conglomerate monopoly over this. Why do you think like this whole merger between Freddy's and Safeway is like a big holy shit kind of thing? Because that pretty much means that outside of Whole Foods and New Seasons and maybe like some more localized shit, then there's a monopoly there now. They just want to masquerade as an oligarchy now at that point, which is what we got now when it comes to, just groceries in general. And then, which is like Piggly Wiggly, Cerberus Capital Management, which is the firm that owns all these fucking companies, by the way. And then there's, Kroger, like all, they pretty much are all making profits and all just, basically, saying, fuck you, I got mine kind of bullshit. Raking in their bonuses, raking in the fucking, shareholding money that rakes up in the stock market. They don't give a fuck. And we get fucked for it. It's like, shit. I mean, there's got to be some sort of a fucking breaking point, But it's like, I mean, it's kind of hard to really, like get people like, to maybe make a sacrifice or two for stuff like that. And it's like, the only reason why, I ain't, taking that initial first step, because, like, shit. I mean, it's like, it ain't there yet. But, I mean, it's a growing thing. And honestly, it's a long-term game. And that's another reason for it. It's a long-term game. Like, all I have to, I mean, at this point, the best thing that could be happening is just get galvanized people when it comes to their own labor and their own work and, and shit. Because, fuck. It's, like, that's the main goal for me, because, like, in 2028, that would be a big year for the shit with Shawn Fain, the UAW, and all these unions, tying their contracts, for May 1st, to May Day. That's some shit that is going to, I think, genuinely empower a lot of people. I mean, that's my focus, at least when it comes to my politics broadly at this point. So I mean, I'm able to at least make that long-term game. I guess that's where the sacrifice is. I'll do what I can for my own life personally, especially. But when it comes to politics, that's my focus. Because my dad used to have the worth saving, we had the more essential circumstances. Now he's still falling, drinking Kool-Aid, fall experience, brainwash shit. Yeah, I mean, same with my own dad, bro. I mean, I don't think you were in here last night, but my dad, I mean, mainly because it was his brother's birthday, like, he was drunk and fucking flipping out, literally on the virtue of just overhearing me talk about tattoos, man. And it's just like, and he certainly drank a lot of the Kool-Aid too. I mean, it's like he's puritanical about tats. It's like, you, dude? Like, what the fuck? It's like, damn. It's like you've seen people say, actually, it's corporatism. Okay, well, how do we regulate things heavily? No, it'll work itself out. Never does. It will. Gets upcutted. Well, corporatism is a byproduct of capitalism. So at the end of the day, the fucking root is still capitalism. Corporatism is just a, element of it. It's like, I mean, it's like they're halfway there, but it's like they don't realize the reason why that exists is because of capitalism. Corporatism wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for capitalism. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you can say good, bad, right, or wrong when it comes to that philosophy, but shit, man. It's one of those things where you have to at least understand corporatism comes from capitalism. Like it, hate it, whatever the fuck, but that's where it comes from. The root is capitalism when it comes to corporatism. And honestly, I definitely know people that are like kind of somewhat capitalistic-ish, or at least somewhat fine with it to a certain degree. And they always, definitely use the framework of like, oh, it's corporatism or, monopolization or like this oligarchical, like, unregulated shit and stuff like that. Oh shit, you just snuck in here. So, did you just trim your beard up and shit?
I did. My work literally was fucking threatening me and shit. And I actually wanted to trim it already.
Hold on. Let me open the door because Sukov. Oh my god, that tail is a weapon. No, boom, 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 boom. Damn, bro. Oh, little baby. Oh, he's so happy. Oh, look at him. He's used to it. I do the same shit to him.
I know. They love this shit.
I know that tail is a weapon, man.
Weird. They're like, yeah, fucking abuse me.
Wrestle with me, please. Sometimes I'll literally wake up and he wants to like wrestle with me.
Take him and like, oh, choke slam. Like, oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, dude, he loves. Honestly, he doesn't even really like playing toys. He loves to wrestle. He loves doing that shit. Well, I guess this actually does mean we're playing pool then, huh?
My brother's already there. Do you have another drinky poo?
I do have another twisty.
Bruh, finish that one, and then let's drink that one on the way there. Let's get litty, and then let's get to sleep.
Well, I need to. I was gonna get late snacky poos at the Sevies because I want to at least make sure I got my shiz. Because I pretty much have everything I need for the most part. I just need to gather it all up, get it in my bag, and that's pretty much it.
So are you saying you want to grab a beer at 7-Eleven?
Maybe for the hike, but also just some hydration, Yeah, snacky poos. I mean, if...
Who's calling you? What's up? Okay, so we have 35 minutes. All right, cool.
Oh, shit.
We'll just go now and then
okay, yeah.
7-Eleven later.
Well, I guess we'll cut the...
We're going to close at 1:15, sounds like.
Oh, shit. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, I guess we'll speed game around.
It's pretty packed. I mean, not packed, but for a Sunday, it's pretty busy right now.
Oh, sorry. Oh, what's this?
They probably just want to go home.
Yeah, it's probably been a slow day. Maybe it's just a sense where you're going to go
Can
for.
I smoke part of this
If you want,
and then just put it down and you just use the rest later?
yeah, that's fine. The system that everyone's hopeful. Yes, and it is split by holding exclusive promise and holding people. Sure.
Oh, so real quick, we don't gotta go right yet. I need to I've had 2 or 3 conversations with my dad recently about because he was like, I don't want to talk politics.
But then he'll go into politics.
He literally brings up politics, and then he's like, I don't want to talk it because I'm just gonna get mad. And I'm just like, Dad, you brought this up.
And also, you don't have to get mad. Just explain how you feel.
It used to be this way.
Same my own. I have to explain what happened with my dad last time because his brother.
I'm about to bring in the big guns on him next time we have a conversation, and he gets all crazy. I'm like, all right, Dad, 9/11.
Oh shit! Oh, 9/11.
So when the terrorists that you hate so much came and killed 3,000 Americans, you think they cared if they were Democrat or Republican or black or white or Mexican or Asian?
No.
You think they gave a fuck? They were just happy they killed 3,000 Americans. So get your priorities straight. Stop trying to be like the Democrats are evil.
And if anything, they've been adopting a lot of the more Republican shit lately with the borders and endorsing cops a lot lately.
You know who's evil? Our leaders. And it's not Republican. It's not Democrat. They're all evil.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah.
And my dad finally actually, I've literally kept saying this for a while now. I'm like,
Logan's right. Why is it that people bring up politics always act like they're the ones in conversation, start a conversation to begin with? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah.
Told my dad, I'm like, straight up, Dad, I don't want to vote for anyone. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris, but I'm like...
You kind of told him to be undecided.
My actual, opinion is she's better than Trump. But
yeah.
Ultimately, ultimately, it's not going to change. She's still going to status quo.
She is. Unfortunately, that's why I'm a little cautiously optimistic, because with Tim Walz and stuff, I can kind of get where...
It's better. They might get some small concessions.
Yeah, we actually might finally get...
But in the end, historically, America, right? They don't take care of us poor fucks because we don't live in a democracy. We live in a false democracy that is
the closest that we ever got to an actual representative of the common folk was FDR, because he was a traitor to his class, and there's a reason why
he wasn't perfect.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely not.
Plenty of
internment camps and other shit.
He's my favorite president.
Same here.
And he did a lot of things wrong.
Absolutely, I mean,
Granted, there was some extreme shit going on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean,
reactionary policy.
Yeah, I mean, flaws and all, I respect, him as a president, but but
my dad
with the flaws, I don't like that.
To tell me we had a conversation on immigration today.
Oh boy!
And he tried to tell me, I'm like, Dad, my whole lifetime, I'm 28 years old. My whole lifetime, every president has had to deal with that damn border, and guess what? Illegals have been coming over in high millions of numbers every presidency. And I'm nice to him. I'm like, question mark Trump, because he thinks that only 200,000 came over the border while Trump was in office for 4 years. And guess what? He said, I looked it up, 200,000, which means his phone is algorithmed
to right-wing based media and stuff because of what he looks up and shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, also the algorithm pushes that a lot sometimes, because even on YouTube and shit,
true. Only 200,000 illegal immigrants came into this country over 4 years.
If anything, actually, Biden's been way more. Biden's administration has been way more. Actually, historically, Democrats have temporarily been more restrictive.
My dad agreed with me. He was like, I was like, Dad, Obama, 12 million immigrants.
He was known as the deportator in chief.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
but
even he says so. It's like,
I'm like, Dad, 12 million, but deported. That doesn't mean that 12 million didn't enter at one point. I didn't bring that point up, but it's still like, Dad.
Yeah.
The point is. And this is the thing, my dad's history, he has a history degree, but it's all Anglo-Saxon history.
Western-based kind of history.
It's like
shit.
Great Britain history, you know,
and their perspective of
U.S.
things.
U.S. history.
Colonialist history, basically.
That's all he knows. But he knows the fuck out of it. My dad watches Jeopardy. He could be on fucking Jeopardy. This motherfucker's like, he's got some weird autistic Asperger shit going on. He has 9 out of the 10 signs and symptoms. Okay? I think he is. I'm not going to lie. Even my uncles have, like, probably talked to him about it.
There's probably a possibility.
Not just his brothers. My mom's brother. They went on a Mormon mission together for 2 years.
Oh, shit.
That's how my mom met my dad, through her brother. They were at a singles ward, my mom and her brother. And my mom was living with my uncle at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was leaving, and my mom and my uncle were coming into church, and my dad, he had already been. There's 3 wards in one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With different time slots. He was coming in, they were leaving. And, oh shit, Brother Anderson, Brother Van Scoy, oh my God. That's how I became a thing. Was this Chance Glance. This is a new one?
Yeah. Cracked that a little minute ago. I've been kind of sipping on a little
Put
bit.
this out for me.
Yeah.
Enough nicotine. Last one got me. Nicotine. I'm so nicotine sensitive. You know, my mom has an actual tobacco allergy. And she still vapes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I inherited a little bit of that.
Especially,
you see me, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, even with the mooks, when you and I were, when you kind of hooked me onto it a little bit. Like, I mean,
I got you hooked on nicotine. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
that's my fault. I've told our friends that. I'm like, I regret showing.
And I'm trying, and I really do try to limit what I can, but it's like, that is the most tiniest little baby spider.
Let him be.
Oh yeah, I'm letting him be. I respect my little spider bros.
That shit literally making me feel like I need to take a shit. It's a diuretic.
Oh, definitely.
He's
climbing. He's hustling. You know, the little dude probably needs to be outside. I mean,
we do need to go though.
Yeah. I found the Pumpkin Spice Oreos. Hell yeah, dude. I need to find some myself. But anyway.
Bottom line, conversation with my dad. I told him, Dad,
this will be the bow to wrap it up.
You know what? We have never had any representative government of any the legislative, executive, or judicial branch that's going to take care of us little people. And it's never
even in the state.
It's hundreds of years now of history that says they're not doing it. And he's like, well, we just see the world in different ways. That's what he does. That's what he says every time I put out a big statement.
Well, he never seems to explain it. He just he obfuscates. Yeah.
I'm like, he tried to explain to me oh, Harris is going to do price fucking restrictions, and that's communist, and it doesn't ever work. Like, look at Venezuela. That's why they're fucking poor and their shit failed.
Venezuela, dude.
I'm like, Dad, Venezuela has failed for 10, 15 variable reasons.
A lot of it tends to be because of American intervention, too.
Yes, that is true. I'm like, you obviously don't know the history of, you know me, I'm more of a world historian.
Yeah.
I actually don't know that much. I'm learning more U.S. history of a colonial background.
See, fucking called it. Yeah, but even Roosevelt was mentioning about this earlier right before he showed up. The
U.S. history I know is more from a minority and my historical background that I've studied was how do empires exploit people and what weapons do they use to exploit people. That was the
indigenous, the black,
that's
the
my perspective I come from because I'm in the same group as them now. Because the
broader proletariat, the working class has always been about that.
It's the proletariat. Exactly. So they come to urban community. There's no new Western expansion hitherland to exploit anymore. Now they have to go to urban communities and find the weakest people and exploit them now.
And I think that's
the
why
new-
Democrats have been so pro-cop lately, because it's like, oh, we are progressive, but it's like, our pro-cop narrative now is because I don't know if you've seen the DNC speeches, but like the last day they had a lot of cops, a lot of border agents and shit, like doing speeches and shit. And it's like they're really leaning on the shit, and where Republicans used to be hardcore about that, and now they're like basically taking their shit now. Even Biden was
the
like,
Republican Party's dead. Bush family has declared the true Republicanism is over. We have MAGA. That's not what Republicans were in the past. That they literally said the Republican Party's not a thing anymore.
well, I mean,
MAGA
what's
cult that's
honestly,
taken
they
over.
kind of have themselves to blame because they were the ones that kind of helped, push a lot of it.
Not
Because
Bush.
I mean, well, yeah, because a lot of both my mom and
I'd
dad were
take
very
Bush
but
I'd take Bush over any day over Trump.
I mean, he had 2
100%.
terms to fuck a lot of shit up, and especially, but because he was,
But it was still kind of status quo.
I don't know. I mean, I think this is a debatable thing for sure. I don't want to get because I don't know.
I don't like Bush by any means,
me neither, obviously.
but I would
mean,
take Bush over Trump. I would, because at least Bush, on a foreign policy level, to the world, he didn't like. He might like look like a monkey, act like a monkey, but Trump is a fucking autocrat.
I mean, well, I guess what the good thing is, silver lining, is that he just doesn't even know what he's doing anymore, even his own campaign.
Trump. No, Trump
Like,
knows what he's doing.
Well,
He wants-
even his
He
own
wants to be a
campaign
fucking
staff.
dictator.
Oh no, shit.
Bush didn't
Well,
want
I
to be a
mean, I
dictator.
know what you mean by that. Obviously,
Bush wanted
yeah.
to placate to the people who are funding him, like all politicians.
Well, I mean, Trump wants that same notoriety. That's why he even got there in the first place.
He literally wants to be a dictator and
I
dismantle
know,
the
yeah.
government.
I'm
Bush
well aware of it.
Bush wouldn't. There's still Americanism in him that's like America.
Well, if he
Mer-
could, well, the thing is, if he, he's even said if he could, he would. There's been quotes
Bush?
of him. Yeah, there's been quotes of him saying shit like that
Okay,
before.
Well, you know more than me then, because
Well, it's just because I grew up, as a child in the Bush era where I was like, oh, I want to be a soldier, blah, 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 because I saw the ramifications of what entitled after 9/11 and all that sort of shit, because of his administration, and saw how my parents especially got galvanized and all that. And in hindsight, I'm like, especially in his 2 terms, I'm just like, holy fuck.
whoa. Trump, it literally insults soldiers.
Oh, yeah, and that's
Because soldiery is what true masculinity is. Willing to lay down your life and sacrifice yourself for the for your fucking
I mean, yeah, because
family,
he
for your
said,
country.
yeah.
And so Trump is a.
I know,
he
yeah.
literally is a
I'm not
bitch.
disagreeing with
He's
you.
a little bitch.
Yeah,
who
I certainly don't.
Isn't a real man and has always been afraid and ran from that smoke.
Yeah,
Literally
he literally did the bone spurs bullshit to get out of Vietnam,
Exactly.
even though he was in the military school and shit.
Motherfucker goes to Normandy and literally verbally pisses on the graves of these fallen soldiers. And then people who are drinking the orange Kool-Aid, like my dad, and even Dawson. Dawson came over. Dawson didn't know about that. He's like, really? Trump said all that? I was like, yeah, dumbass, you don't know? And he's like, I'd have to research it because I don't believe you. I'm like,
Dude, yeah.
you're going to research it.
even I
you're
was
gonna
agree.
see
Yeah,
the
there's
wrong-
been plenty of
You're
times.
going to have the wrong shit fucking algorithmically component. He even said, me and him on Facebook, I'm like, yeah, did you see that funny meme on Facebook? He's like, I did. That must be an algorithm thing. Like, you already know. You already know.
I mean, I'll say this. I do like him, and I kind of hope.
He's
I mean,
GED education, bro.
I know, but it's
Guy doesn't even have a GED. He dropped out of high school, never got a GED.
well, I mean, that's why. I mean,
He limited.
That's why. At least for me, this because that was the
Good
only time.
intentions, but you are led astray.
And I want and I think
I've done my research. Where you're sitting there, he's like, I've done my research.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what research? And he's like, oh, well, I feel like you're being too aggressive and moral high ground shit. I'm like,
That's
no,
why that's
dude,
why I was feeling
show
like,
me your fucking evidence, bro.
yeah, and I even stepped in being like, well, he's not trying to be aggressive, like
I'm being
like,
passionate.
yeah,
and then
he's
he said,
yeah,
and then he
I
said, no, that's not passion, that's aggression. He literally dismissed both of us.
yeah, and I was like, well, no, he's being passionate because he just wants to know what that is, because I know you would look
I'm
into
the one
it.
saying we need to have this conversation, have a Zyguest, and then motherfucker wants to be all like, I'm done because you made me feel stupid.
And yeah, I mean, no one's trying to make him feel dumb, and I certainly wasn't. I just want,
But I did make him feel stupid, and that's his own insecurity coming out.
I mean,
You
before,
said, yeah, because I'm right.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not
maybe,
trying to be smarter than you. I'm literally saying I'm learning from you right now. You need to learn from me back. And
Yeah.
the motherfucker doesn't want to because he knows that actually I've done my research. But you don't care. You want to be ignorance is bliss type shit.
I think he even said that at one point. It's like, and it's like, well, I get it, but it's kind of comes down to the whole premise of like,
Pisses me off, man.
it's like, you can
4 years ago, I could have a centralist conversation with my father and my uncle about this shit, and we could all be like, agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, I think we actually agree on a lot of shit. They said that's their words.
Yeah.
Not nowadays. 3-4 years difference.
Exactly.
Now they brainwashed orange Kool-Aid shit.
The research. Hi, I'm Dennis Prager. Yep. Sadly. Dude, I've heard Ben Shapiro on the local radio station these days. It's like, what the fuck? Even my dad knows a Ben Shapiro now. It's like, oh my god, dude.
I actually prefer to talk to your dad because your dad will keep talking.
Yeah.
My dad just shuts down like, oh, we just see things in a different way. And
Well, not last night, but because last night
drunk.
Yeah.
But normally,
He was even earlier apologizing to me,
he'll
like,
literally say, well, yeah, you're right, actually, like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's because of this, and I actually know what you're talking about. Your dad will literally validate some. He actually will have a discourse with us.
yeah, when he's
My
sober,
dad-
especially, yeah.
My dad doesn't. My dad's just, no. I literally was like, Dad, the migrants coming over are not Russian and Chinese terrorists. You know I'm right.
Yeah,
You
they're
speak
not.
Spanish because you're a police officer who literally had to deal with people who are illegal immigrants from Mexico. You speak Spanish. You know these people.
Yeah,
I'm right.
there's
The
some-
majority of people coming over are Latinos. They try to say, oh, well, some of them from Venezuela, communists.
That's like,
Like,
you know what? Who gives a shit if
majority-
they are? I mean,
like-
if they're contributing to our
like,
economy and
majority-
partaking in our society, fucking welcome them in.
I'm like,
Like,
No.
who gives a fuck if they're commies or whatever?
they're coming in over illegally. They need to come in legally. Okay, well, how about me and you build a way for them to come in legally because most of them aren't racists and Chinese and Russian-speaking motherfuckers. They're Latino-speaking peoples that are fleeing cartels.
And also, this
Eventually,
is,
my
and
dad
also,
finally could. I literally had to put it at him 3 times. I'm like, Dad, they're Latinos.
and also,
He's like, yeah, you're right.
and also,
Like,
statistically,
Finally.
most illegal immigrants that tend to be in the country are due to visa overstays because they tend to fly in or just cross the border legally. But then, after their visa overstay happens,
You know
they'll say,
Dawson's girlfriend?
Mhm.
Her,
well,
her,
not really, but you've told me about her a little bit.
her mom and dad and her all work at Domino's. Her dad was an illegal immigrant from Mexico. Okay? He's legal now.
Yeah.
So, why does it...
Who cares? It's like,
Eventually
why is
they can become
that?
legal.
Yeah, to me, I was like, whatever. I mean, he
Paying
can't.
tax dollars, has a family, is contributing to the future of this nation.
Yeah.
JD Vance shit. You know, so he is more valuable. He's not a born American citizen, but he's having children that are born U.S. citizens. So I guess his vote matters more than mine because I don't have kids.
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Because you're a
Like,
crazy cat daddy instead of a
these
crazy cat
people
lady.
that you're subscribing to, like Trump and Vance, are saying people like him are more valuable as Americans than me.
Which is bullshit.
No, I actually agree a little bit. I think Juan is a better American than me.
Well,
He immigrated. He's paying tax dollars bigger than me. He has kids.
I mean, I guess in that,
dependents.
like, I mean, when
He's a
you,
better man than me.
yeah, because a lot of migrants and a lot of people and their families that
The
come from that background, they
of this
are way
country,
harder
the
working
lifeblood of
motherfuckers
this
than,
fucking country has always been immigrants. Always.
dude. Even in my grocery
Irish,
store,
Italians,
Ethiopians. I've had,
all of them.
you know,
All of them.
yeah.
Any race, it don't matter. They're
It doesn't
immigrants.
matter exactly.
They're
Yeah,
immigrants coming here trying to have a better life. They're more motivated than us.
exactly.
They'll work harder. They'll sacrifice more for this country and for their.
Because 90% of the time, the wage they make here is more than what they were making back at home, and a lot of
They
times they'll put
recognize-
half their wages to their
They're like,
families
I'll
back at
never
home.
be a fucking superstar. I'll never be a rock star. Me and you were born with the like fucking brainwashed delusion that we're gonna fucking grow
The
up. one
privilege
day,
and it's like
we'll be
bullshit.
fucking rock stars one day and like
The
live
American
high-
dream, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the George Carlin
No.
quote.
They don't believe that. They believe I'm lucky enough to make it here and have a shot. I just gotta work hard and everything will take care of itself. And they're right.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right.
Anyway, yeah,
No more.
yeah.
No more.
That's the perfect, honestly, good little bow for wrapping up. And good little hour, honestly.
Well-
So
115. We don't.
yeah, we ain't gonna play bullshit.
I still. Let's
Yeah,
do a little
this little. Yeah.
whatever.
We'll figure something out. But, Tulu.